Living with Toyia over here on YouTube. If you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like button, and share because you absolutely do care. And always comment below. I'm streaming on TikTok as well, where tapping is clapping as we deconstruct from Christianity and remember that all is mind. The Bible is a psychological book. It is not about any people that existed in time and space. It is a psychological drama, as some would say. The Bible does not teach free will. The Bible teaches the will of God. And so, since the Bible also teaches that you are God, it's all about you, boo. It's all about you. It's all about you. And then we can get into, conversations about what we think free will is versus freedom of choice. Are they the same? Do people see freedom of choice and free will as the same? I do not. That's a great discussion to have. Freedom of choice, the ability to choose, but not the will to make it so. That's how I look at it. I look at will as the how, as the power to make a thing so. You don't need to make anything so because it's already so. The works are finished. And so you don't have to beg and plead to find out if God wants you to have a thing. Choose what you want. Decide it's yours. And don't worry about the how. Don't try to will it so. Don't try to make it so. Why? Because it's already so. Jesus of Scripture is every being born of woman. And the Christ is the awakened mind, the illumined mind, the consciousness of God. That's what Paul tells us, right? Jesus Christ is the power of God and the wisdom of God. And who is God? The good of you, the greatness of you, the power of you, the ability to make a thing so. Why? Because you said it so. That your word is the creator. All you have to do is speak the word, and it shall be. Let it be, and what? It is so. Let there be light, and it was. So what do you decree and declare? What are you deciding? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome all. Welcome, welcome. I am streaming on both YouTube as well as TikTok. Not a slave Bible. The Bible is not a history book. I know that's what you've been taught. It's not a history book. It will enslave you if you're asleep reading it, but it will free you if you're awoke to it. It's just as simple. So simple. If you read it and you take it literal, yes, you become a slave to it. But when you read it and you understand it's about the awakened mind, you understand it's the power of God and the wisdom of God, which is the power and wisdom within you. Interesting. Gloom or doom. Does it appear 17 times? Free will. Can you give us at least one of those scriptures? Don't say that it appears. Give us a scripture. Give us a scripture to back up that it says it. No, I don't need to just a quick Google. If you're gonna make that claim, just go on ahead and give us. You should have at least one. I mean, you took time to write it out. You at least could take time to write to tell us what verse it is, what scripture it is, since you're making that claim. But whatever free will is talking about is still to do the will of God. So does that make it free? No. It ain't free if it's according to somebody else's will. It's not your free will, it's their will. If your sacrifice, if the free will is only to sacrifice unto God, then it ain't free. That makes free null and void. Because you're not doing according to your will, you're doing according to someone else's will, someone else's authority, someone else's power, someone else's demand. That hence, which is why it's not free. I think we lose what free really means. If your choices are based on someone else's system, it's no longer free for you. If everything you do is to please something external to you, then it's no longer free. It costs you something. But that's okay. And I know Christianity will have you thinking your whole life is to please something external to you. You're trying to find out what's the will of God, what's the will of God, and then at the same time to say it's your free will. How God giving you free will and then at the same time telling you you must do his will? That's impossible. You cannot both do God's will and do your will at the same time. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nope, it's not your will. That's an oxymoron. There's nothing free about that. But I know people like to this. I know I don't know why you need to put that in all caps, but I'm just gonna mute you because I don't really care. Yeah, but I didn't want to Google it. Appreciate you, gloom or doom. Appreciate you. I'm about to look it up right now. But again, what's the context, like Christians like to say? What's the context of the free will? Like you said, it's only according to sacrifices, right? And the sacrifice isn't for you. The sacrifice is for God in order to forgive you. So you're not making sacrifices for your own self. You're making sacrifices for yourself, for on behalf of God, not for you. So that's not your free will. That's God's free will. Okay, let me see. I'm reading it in an NIV. I need to check this out. You see, this is in the King James Version because it does not appear like that in the NIV. They do not use free will in the NIV. Let's see what the King James Version says. Exactly, Heather. That's yes, Heather says free will is the answer they give when someone does something wrong to you and God doesn't punish them. That part. That part. You said you go with free choice, not free will. Me too. I say the same thing. I say they're not the same. Freedom of choice and free will are not the same. But some people will argue and say that they mean the same thing. Okay, Leviticus 22:18. King James says, "Speak to Aaron and his sons and to all the Israelites and say to them, if any of you, whether an Israelite or a foreigner residing in Israel, presents a gift for a burnt offering to the Lord, either to fulfill a vow or as a free will offering." A free will offering. That's not saying you have free will. That's in conjunction with a sacrifice. It's like it's your choice to give an offering. Yes, interesting, as a sacrifice. Yep. It kind of means no man tells you what to sacrifice to God as long as you sacrifice. That is weird. That's weird. I'm telling you, God love a bloodthirsty, But even then, it has to be a burnt offering, right? It's bloodthirsty. It's still bloodthirst. This God still wants, unless he's saying the burnt offering is incense, unless he's talking about burning, like incense or whatever, or giving, burning herbs and stuff like that. Exactly. Nobody, no. Yeah. Well, freedom of choice and free will are not the same. Interesting. So y'all still sacrificing unto God? That don't even make sense. The sins have to be confessed upon the sacrifice. What kind of sacrifices are you giving to God now? According to the Bible, Jesus was the ultimate sacrifice. So you don't need to make any more sacrifices. So you don't need to do any more free will offerings. Jesus is the free will offering. So I guess that settles it. Jesus was the ultimate free will offering. You don't need to give God any more sacrifices, because Jesus was the ultimate sacrifice according to Christianity. According to Christianity, Jesus was the ultimate sacrifice. So I don't even know why y'all still sacrificing, because Jesus paid it all. Nope. Because what does will mean? Is choice and will the same thing? No. Choice and will are not the same thing. Those are not synonyms. Will is equated with power. Choice is equated with decision. So you can't will anything into happening. I mean, I guess you can force people to do stuff if you use might. If you try to manipulate and coerce and to beat someone into submission, I guess in that way you can will someone into doing something, but then that takes away their freedom. If you're trying to make someone do something, they no longer have free will. Now, you may, in your mind, decide you have free will, but the person on the other side of your choice no longer has free will, because you're coercing them to do it. You're manipulating, you're controlling, you're beating them down, you're threatening them to do it. So it's like one-sided. You get to have free will, but they don't. Because you're forcing yourself upon another person. Yes. Hey. Welcome. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey. We already saying welcome. Free will is not free if you are punished for not choosing God. That part. Thank you, Heather. That's the same thing God said. How is it free if there's a cost behind it, and the cost is eternal life? If there's a judgment behind the decision, it's no longer free. Hey, Marcinda. Welcome. God forced them into the garden. He also allowed Satan into the garden. So go figure. He also, whether you want to call it the serpent, I know somebody was saying that, what Genesis, what is that, 2? Was Genesis 3 when the serpent enters the scene, and they're like, well, how do we know that's Satan? I believe it tells you in Revelation that the serpent and Satan are the same being. I believe that's where you're going to find that answer. I believe it's in Revelations, but I could be wrong. But I believe how we know the serpent and Satan is the same being, I think it's because of Revelations. But yeah, God put them all in there together. God didn't keep, and that's something Christians don't question either. Here it is, it's paradise. They're in paradise. They're in the lush Garden of Eden. Everything is beautiful. Everything is amazing. Everything is provided for, right? And here come the serpent, who was kicked out of heaven, sitting up there talking to Adam and Eve. How does he have access to paradise? How is the serpent have access? And then when Eve and Adam eat off the tree, then God got the nerve to put cherubim to make sure they don't come back in. You didn't do that to the devil. You didn't put cherubim around to make sure, or the cherubim, is that the cherubim, whatever, however you say that word. The angels with the swords to keep out the devil. You didn't keep the devil out, but you're going to make sure that Adam and Eve don't come back in. I would have think you would have protected them from the deceiver, from the serpent, from that sly fella. No, you let him roam around in the garden with Adam and Eve. And then got the nerve to say, you let him trick you. How you let him trick you about your position? Because you put them in the garden. That's why. They're all naive. They don't really know anything. They only know what God tells them because they have no knowledge of good and evil. So they don't even know talking to the devil or Satan or the serpent is even a wrong thing to be doing because they have no knowledge of evil, right? They don't have knowledge of good and evil. That's what the tree represented. And then here comes Satan slithering around, the serpent, talking, telling them, did God not say? You know? God was not a good husbandman. He did not look out for his creation. He allowed the creation to be tricked up out their situation and then blamed them for the trick. How you setting me up and then gonna blame me for the fall? You set me up for the fall and then gonna blame me. And you got your people out here defending free will when there is none. Hello, Jeremy, welcome. Okay. You don't have free will though. So then we couldn't have free will. You absolutely do not have free will. Double tap the screen. Tapping is clapping. Thompson, then we wouldn't have it. You've never had it. You've never had free will. That was never a thing. You only had a command because how can you have, if you don't know the difference between good and evil, how can you have free will? You don't know the difference between what's good and what's bad. You have no knowledge of good and evil because the knowledge of good and evil doesn't come till after you eat the fruit, not before. See, y'all trying to do revisionist history and y'all want to say that Adam and Eve had knowledge of evil when they didn't. They don't have knowledge of evil until after they eat the fruit. Then they get the knowledge of evil. So I don't remember Adam calling anything free will. That part. Welcome. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, like button, and share button over here on YouTube. I am streaming on TikTok as well. I have a panel where I take callers on TikTok. My TikTok handle is Prosperous Living with _T. You can follow me there as well as on Instagram by the same name. I know, Heather. That's the same question I ask. I'm just like, what is going on? So why doesn't he just defeat Satan? Christians say because then he can't do a loyal. He needs to keep Satan around because God is so merciful and his love is long suffering. So evil can be done before he's going to intervene. I don't know how much evil this God needs to see, but clearly he has not seen enough. He said it's some more evil that can be done before he entered the scene. Because for whatever reason, enough evil has not taken place to cause his son to get up off his throne and come back and rescue these folks. I mean, I don't know how much more evil this God needs to see, but clearly it has not been enough. But every comic strip book needs a villain. Or at least this, if the comic strip book does not have a villain, it doesn't make for a good story. It doesn't make for a good story. Thank you. No, I accept the Bible as a psychological script. It is psychological drama. The book is not historical text. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. D House. I see the Bible is psychological drama. None of those people in that book ever existed in time and space. None of those events ever took place. Exactly. Why does God have human emotions like jealousy, full of wrath, anger? To be a perfect God, you would think a perfect being would have control of everything. You would think they wouldn't need any validation, right? You would think a perfect being wouldn't need to be told how awesome and great they are, right? You got to be going around telling them, "Hallelujah! You're so great. You're so wonderful. Oh, you're awesome. Oh, you're a magnificent God, are you? Look at you. You're so amazing, aren't you? Like, damn, how much validation do you need? Like, you don't. Unless I told you, you wouldn't know that you were great. Like, but you're perfect. You shouldn't be in need of anything." But unfortunately, this God needs all the worship, needs all the praise, and then try to. But here's the thing. The Bible doesn't teach, as Gloom Doom just pointed out, the only time the Bible talks about free will is in reference to sacrifices. Like, you get to choose what kind of sacrifice you're going to give God. That's the only time free will is mentioned in the Bible in regards to sacrifice, but not in regards to how you live your life. Because according to this book and Christianity, God wants his will to be done, not yours. So that's why you don't have free will, because his will is the only will that matters. Because the moment you go against his will, then there's a punishment for you. There's a penalty to pay. Now you're outside of sonship. Now you're none of his. Now he doesn't know you. Now all of a sudden he's not your God. Even though he says, "Behold, I'm the God of all flesh." Those who believe in the crucifixion say, "Oh no, he's not everybody God. He's only the God of the believers." But the Bible says he's the God of all flesh. So which one is it? Is he only the God of believers, or is he the God of all flesh? Right? Say, "Behold, I'm the God of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me?" Clearly, it is something too hard for you, God. It's too hard for you to annihilate evil and get rid of Satan. That seems to be very hard for you. You keep Satan around like a little, what they call them, a little binky, like a little binky, like a little pacifier, like a little blankie. You all wrapped up in him. You can't loose him and let him go. You keep him around to do your dirty work. I know. That's what I'm saying. So you agree with me, Missy? His will is following after his righteousness. Right. It's his will. Exactly. So that's why you have no free will, because it's about his will. That's exactly what I said. No, my will is not choosing sin. God is the creator of evil. No, of course, there's no consequence to sin, girl. What are you talking about, Missy? Like what? What's the consequence for sin? The only consequence for sin is to the Abrahamic faith, specifically Islam and Christianity. Well, everyone's going to experience that. Everyone's going to unalive. So no one's avoiding that. Hey, I am Tam. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Double tap the screen. Double tap the screen on TikTok. On YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, share because you absolutely do care, and comment below. I don't know how you confuse free will with his will. Those are not synonyms. They're not equal. Your will and God's will are not the same. You have no will. Your only will is to do the will of God. Thus, that's why it's not free. If your will is only to do the will of God, you don't have free will. I don't understand why that's so hard. And y'all want to say that the penalty for sin is unaliving. Well, guess what? Everyone's unaliving. Everyone's putting off this body. Everyone is going back. Everyone's body is going back to the dirt. But here's the caveat. No one unalives. We're eternal beings. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. Yes, the body returns to the dust, but life is forever. Your book even says that. For I am the God of the living and not the dead. There's only life, and it is eternal. It is forever. It just goes on and on and on and on. It just goes on and on and on. That's why pray for what you want if his will is going to prevail anyway. That's what I said. I said the same thing, Heather. I was like, why do Christians pray? If what you're praying for doesn't even matter because it's all according to how God wants things to go. So why are you bothering with prayer? Why would you even pray? You should just be going about your business in peace and let the chips fall where they may. No, baby, I'm found. I'm found, baby. I'm found. You looking right at me. How am I lost and you looking right at me? I'm right where I'm supposed to be. If I was lost, then that means you couldn't find me. But I'm right here, babes. I'm right here, babes. Not lost, babes. I'm right here, babes. Yes. Yep, Aryan. Yep, Aryan. I most certainly do. All Abrahamic faiths. All of them. Islam, Judaism. But Judaism kind of a little bit more. They're not as, I don't know. Christianity just on a whole nother level when it comes to those Abrahamic faiths. Y'all give Satan abilities Judaism just doesn't give Satan. Islam don't even give Satan the abilities Christianity does. Y'all make Satan just as equal as God. Satan know your plans. He tries to disrupt the mission, the plan that God. I didn't know that, Satan was omniscient. But for some reason, he always knows the plan God has for you and tries to disrupt it. See, I thought the Bible says that God knows the thoughts and plans he has for you. Not Satan knows the thoughts and plans God has for you. But for some reason, Satan always knows what God has in store for you and try to stop it from happening. I didn't know he could read, I didn't know he had that ability. But according to Christianity, he does. He always seems to be everywhere. He always just seems to be, on the prowl, disrupting stuff, causing all kind of calamity and problems. I didn't know, y'all Christians give Satan, they put him on a whole nother level. I don't know. Y'all appetite for Satan is unreal. He can possess you. He can take your mind. He could just do all kind of stuff. Because not, it's interesting. False prophets only apply to Christianity. I can't be a false prophet. Have you read the book? Have you read the book? I'm not going into churches. I'm not going around Christians telling them anything. False prophets only occur in Christendom. You have to reread when Paul is talking about false prophets or when Jesus is talking about false prophets. He's talking about teachers of the faith. I'm not a teacher of the faith. Therefore, I cannot be a false prophet. You might want to talk to your Prosperity preachers, now they're the false prophets. FIT. That's where you're going to find your false prophets in the prosperity gospel. Because they teach Christianity. I'm not teaching Christianity. Therefore, I cannot be a false prophet. Sorry. You might want to read your book again so you get a better understanding on how to look out. He said they are wolves in sheep's clothing. I'm not pretending to be a Christian. I'm not pretending to try to get you to give me your money so I can profit off you and sell you a mansion in the sky in a real estate that does not exist. I'm not asking for 10% of your income, that you give an offering to show your obedience and love to God. That's what your false prophets do. Your prosperity preachers. So don't confuse me. Don't confuse it. I'm not preaching Christianity. I talk about the Bible from a psychological perspective. Right? Woe to you lawyers, you Sadducees, you Pharisees. He always busy. Ain't he busy? Yeah. You said, can you call yet? Or do you mean you want to come up on the panel, Elizabeth? Oh my goodness. The fact that your God wants you to hate somebody. If any man come to, I thought God was about love. How is he telling you to hate somebody? If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brothers and sisters, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. That's why I'm not his disciple. I thought God was about love, but he's teaching you to hate. How does that work? Why is a loving God telling you to hate your close loved ones and even hate yourself? You even got to deny yourself, and you got to deny your family, your mother, your father, your sister, your brothers. You got to. Like what? But I thought, and then try to gaslight us and call that love. Say what now? There's nothing loving about that. Absolutely nothing. I believe as God. We got a few more. We have a couple more thousand likes, Elizabeth. We are almost there. I do understand clearly. You don't understand because you just quoted a scripture that says God wants you to hate everyone, including yourself, and then and only love him. You put the scripture up there about God telling you to hate everybody. He said hate, but he didn't really mean to hate. Is that what you're going to tell me? He told you to hate them, but he really didn't mean to hate them. Is that what you're going to say? You're going to God-splain to me. You are the only one who believes in free will and believes in Christianity and a God who only wants you to do his will. You believe that. I'm telling you, the Bible, according to Christianity, does not teach free will because you take this Bible literal. We all have freedom to choose. You have freedom to choose. But free will? Really? But everybody has all these definitions of what will is, what free means, what freedom is, what choice is, right? But all I know is that Bible says, for it is God who causes you both to will and to do according to his good pleasure. So yeah, that wipes out your free will, babes. That wipes off your free will. If God is the one causing you to do it and willing you to do it, then that means you're not doing it. That means God is doing it. And that's what your book says. Your book says that. He said, I set you apart for a special purpose, for his purpose, not your purpose. So again, where is your free will in that? No free will, babes. No free will. Nope, you don't have free will. You have freedom of choice. Choose this day who you will serve. But once you make a choice, how it plays itself out, you don't have any part, you don't play any part in that. And that's the will of the day. But according to Christianity, you don't even have a freedom of choice. You can only choose to do God's will. So your choices are very limited. You can only choose to do according to this book. You're only choosing to do the will of God. You're never choosing to do your own will. You don't have the ability to choose your own will according to your book. You only have the ability to choose God's will. And then if you do choose your own will, you get punished for it. So then that makes it not free. Because if you get punished for doing your own will, then it ceases to be free because there's a cost attached to it. A payment is due. That means it's just loaned to you. Because now you got to pay for it. And that's what y'all like to call sin. That's what y'all like to call sin. Y'all like to call sin, but sin only means to miss the mark. The Bible isn't about morality as Christianity will have us think. Because the Bible, if you take it literal, it is the most immoral book on this third dimensional plane. Probably alongside the Quran, but I haven't read the Quran, so I really can't speak to the Quran. You know, I can only speak to some of the actions of or what we've heard about those who practice Islam. So I haven't read their book, but I've read the Bible. Yeah, when you get to that first second, you know, when you get to, whoo, yeah, that Old Testament is something else. It is something else. All right. All right. The panel is open. The panel is open. Well, then you don't have much comprehension skills if you think I can't read. Because I can read. Yep, choose God or hell. That's the only two choices. That's the only two choices. You have no other choices. Hello, Elizabeth. How are you?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful day. I'm gonna try and not be too excited.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. So, I got to go and visit a little lady that I was caring for prior to the medical incident that I had. Right. So they let me go visit, and I was so super excited. She has Alzheimer's, so I wasn't really thinking that maybe she would recognize me. I wasn't sure. I wasn't holding my breath about it.
Okay.
anyways,
Mm-hmm.
I got there and she had the biggest smile when she heard my voice.
Aww.
And the girl that was working there, I love her. She said, "Oh my gosh, did you see the way she lit up?" I was like,
Aww.
"Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, I just want to cry." Um, just I've been there like 4 or 5 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen her decline a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. But for the most part, I had a really good rapport with her,
Mm-hmm.
and I could actually get her to open up. And the family was like devastated when I had to leave because, you know, some people do this job for a paycheck
Mm-hmm.
only.
Mm-hmm.
And it was way more than that for me.
Yes.
And I was probably too involved,
Mm.
you know, with just my love for them. Anyways, I went and I visited with her for let's see, I think I was there from 10 to 2.
Okay.
And I got complete sentences.
Nice.
She was asking me about Frank Lloyd Wright,
Mm.
and I'm like, whoa, where is this coming from? So there, and the girls just sitting there like in awe because we're really having this dialogue, and she's not that verbal, really.
Okay.
Sometimes when she says stuff, I'm like, ooh, I've got nothing for that. But if I can redirect it back to business, she's okay. Because she was like secretary of the year at her job, you know,
nice.
all years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So just a brilliant mind, just kind of lost in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so the girl was just like in awe at like, wow, she's like really talking to you. And I was like, yeah, I know it. And so I was so excited about going today. I was about to wet my pants anyways over just getting to see her again. And I was leaving, and the girl that the girl that works there now, she's full up with the Jesus juice. And so I just, you know, take it with a grain of salt, and I'm like, yeah. And so sometimes every now and then she'd say something, you know, and I'd be like, yeah, but did you ever think about this? And she'd be like, what? And so I showed her Psalms 82:6 today, and she was like, what?
She's never seen that scripture before, right?
And never read it like in, you know, like that. And so, and she's I think she's one of the ones that actually reads the book, but so she'd never seen that, and so it was kind of like, wait a minute. And so I could see the wheels turning, the smoke coming out her ears, like, oh, okay. So a couple of things I would talk to her about Neville Goddard and stuff like that, and she's like, oh, that's really interesting. That's a different way to look, you know. And I was like, yeah.
Yep.
So she is there on Thursdays, so I was excited to get to see her again too. I really like her. She's very interesting. Beautiful. Even though. I left there and I texted the family, thank you so much. I had a really great time. She really opened up, blah, blah, blah. And there's cameras in the house. So I'm pretty certain that she was watching at, you know, the reaction.
The interaction. Yep, the interaction and everything.
Yeah. And they've said throughout the years that, they just really love the way that I can talk to her and get her to come out of her shell.
Yes.
So it's a really good feeling, and they were devastated when I had to leave.
Oh, yeah.
Due to medical reasons. But I reached out and I asked, hey, I just want to know, and it's okay either way, could I visit? Because I just adore her.
Yes.
Well,
And it sounds like she adores you too, that the feeling is mutual.
Oh my gosh, I think so, because she just really lit up, and it was so neat to watch, because I've seen pictures of her just on, they have like a thread, and they've sent pictures, and she just looks pissed off all the time, and so I actually put her some makeup on today. I did her hair up a little bit, and then we did a fashion show, right? I took some pictures, and she's just
That's
lit
so
up.
nice. Oh, yeah.
And
I'm sure she misses you.
I think so. At one point, I asked her something. She said, I don't know, but I do know I'm cold. And that's like, whoa, okay. Yes, ma'am, I will go get you a sweater. I told you it was sweater weather. And she just laughs. We had such a good time. Anyways, I was putting a sweater on her, and she told me, thank you for being so generous. Aww. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're welcome. And I was like, I'm just going to hug you so big, I might squeeze you to death. And she just laughed. So I was leaving, and the girl was like, oh, I hope you come back on my shift again. And I was like, I will certainly try to do that. And I had, so I have been telling myself, and the universe, I get paid to exist, yes. Right? Well, I think that the medical part was the universe saying, okay, you exist. And so now I'm not working. I'm not worried about it, because I know I'm provided for at all times.
Yes.
In every way. So
absolutely.
I text after I'm leaving, thank you so much. I had a really great time. And she, really opened up. And the next thing, she's texting me back, how much would you charge to clean the house? And, yeah. And so I had been thinking of that, since I don't have a quote unquote income right now. I was thinking about that before. Maybe I could, approach that with somebody, but they already had like a team that came in like once or twice a month. So I didn't really want to like insert myself, right? And then also I didn't really want to ask. So I just put it out to the universe. Yeah. That would be really cool, because then 2 birds, 1 stone, right?
Yes.
I'm there. I can visit. I can clean and get paid.
Yes.
So I was thinking, well, I don't really want to ask, because I like to practice my magic from time to time and see how good I am at it. And then I also just like things to be organic, right? And so I was texting that, and then she asked, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is so awesome. Then she calls me, and she says, I just really need you in that house. And if this is how it's going to happen, then that's what we're going to do.
Oh, like, beautiful. Okay.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And it's not really even like I would still be getting paid to exist because it's a very nice house in a very nice area. And so basically, it's just a shine, a Windex. I've cleaned mansions before, and part of the house I don't even live in, and so it's just a dusting and a vacuum.
Yes.
Right. And then there's also already people there that are going to be doing stuff anyway.
Yeah.
Because she has 24/7 care in her house.
Okay.
And so I'm still going to get paid to exist.
That's beautiful.
And then I still get to hang out with my little lady.
Yes.
And
So happy for you.
One of my favorite coworkers. So it's like, wow. And so I just, all day, I've just been like beaming.
Yes. Love it. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. That is beautiful. That is beautiful.
I sent you a whole long message.
Oh, did you? Okay, no, I didn't see it.
That's all right.
Not yet. I haven't, I don't always check my messages every day. Yeah.
A lot of people around me don't get the whole manifesting thing.
Yeah.
It's either witchcraft or only God's in control. So
why they praying for stuff?
Yeah.
Like,
right.
If God is so in control, you never need to pray then. Why are you bothering God with your prayers if his will is what is going to be done?
Exactly. That's kind of what I was telling that chick today. I was like, who are you talking to? Because, she's like, but I don't want to really get into all that with her just yet. But I will also be there to be able to kind of spill a few seeds around. And I got her to thinking today, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Yeah. You got what you asked for. You get to still see your beautiful little lady, and get paid to exist. So manifestation is real, regardless of those who want to speak against it. The only reason why they can't tell that manifestation is real because they keep living a Groundhog Day. They just complain about life instead of choosing the life that they want to experience.
I was on a live earlier just listening, and this guy kept saying, oh, you just want a pigeonhole. Just kept saying it. And I was like, they come up with these terms and then just can't help themselves. Anyways, neither here nor there. But thank you for listening, and you'll drop me down.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for sharing. So much. We loved it. Yay. Yes, God and science are one. God and science are not two. It's no separation. Science is God. God is science. God explains science. Science confirms God. God is mathematical. God is not some sky daddy up in the sky trying to decide who is going to bless and who is not going to bless, who's really obedient and who's really not obedient. God and energy are the very same thing. That's scientific, baby. I'm not religious over here, so maybe you should stay in school. This is not a religious live. This is not a Christian live. I'm not even a New Ager. I know that the creator in man, the creator in man is God. If the mind of man can conceive it, the mind of man can achieve it. That's who God is. That's what that book is about. The book is about your mind. It's not a historical text. None of those people in that book or any of those events took place in that book. It's all psychological drama. From Genesis to Revelation, it is a book of mythology. It is allegory. It is parables. It is symbology, cosmology, neurology, Astrology, astronomy. Y'all can keep thinking that the Bible is a book about a sky daddy. Ain't nobody coming to save you.
Can you hear me?
Hello, L Boogie. Yes, I can hear you.
Hey, so how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. So you said nothing in the book actually took place, right? It's all
You
become.
kind of sound a little far away though, too. I mean, I can hear you, but it sounds like you're away from the phone.
I'm in the car. Is it
Oh, okay. Do you have it on speaker? Is that what it is? You're talking through your
Yeah.
car? Yeah, that's why it sounds like that. Okay. So I don't know if the chat is really gonna be able to hear you that well. Yeah, everybody waiting for Sky Daddy.
Is that a little better?
Yes, much better.
Okay, so you say nothing in the book took place.
Correct.
Okay. I disagree. And also, I think my position. I have a. Let me put on this seatbelt so the sound won't be popping up.
Okay.
But yeah, my position, at least on the Bible, is the Bible isn't for the whole entire earth anyway. It's only for a certain select family of people that were his chosen. It's a literal race of people. But if we look at the book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 68, it said that the Israelites, his chosen people, would go into slavery on slave ships if they broke his covenant. Well, and it said that they would be in a strange land. Can I do it for the
Right, I'm about to drop him because I can't even mute him. So he had to be dropped. I couldn't even mute him. I was trying to mute him and couldn't mute him. Go ahead.
Okay, so, yeah, but it said his chosen people, the Israelites, would go into slavery on slave ships. It'd be given to another people. And then they would go into slavery in a strange land for 400 years. Well, we know that happened to a certain select group of or race of people in history.
I don't know that, but
You don't know. You don't know that.
No, I don't. I wasn't there. I know that's what they said. For all I know, those people was already here. For all I know, they was already here, and you were just told that these people came over on ships.
Do they? I don't disagree that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there. So
what do you believe in history? Because then that means you don't believe.
I don't believe in his story. I believe in my story. My story is the only story that matters. Somebody else's story is none of my business. I'm only concerned about writing my story, living my life. I can't live another person's life, and I don't try to.
We have to know that there's things that came before us. Like, do you believe that Martin Luther King Jr. exists?
Do I believe he exists? I mean, we have evidence of his existence, but again, what does that matter? How does that affect my life today? That if he existed or not, how does that change my life?
I'm not saying that his existence matters to your existence right now either. But
yeah, so I don't. It's not required that I believe it. It's unnecessary if I believe it. Doesn't matter.
But the reason why I asked that is because when I initially asked, was there a certain race of people that went into slavery on slave ships and put into a strange land and been there for 400 years, treated evilly? And you said, "Well, I don't know. I wasn't there when all that happened." They said.
I said those people could have been already here. Is what I said. That's what I said. I was speaking to the slave ship part. That those people could have already been here. And I don't know that they actually came on slave ships. They could have just already been here and then got enslaved. That's what I said. So you don't have to add to what I said. I know what I said. You don't have to change what I said. I was very specific in talking about I said they could have been here. I don't know. I wasn't there. They could have already been here is what I said. Correct?
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say it didn't happen. I didn't say I don't know if it happened. I said I don't know how they got here is what I said.
Okay. Is there any other story about another race of people people other than black people here in America, the foundational black Americans, is there any other story about them, about a race of people going into slavery on slave ships and being brought to a land for 400 something years?
I don't know. I haven't done that research. I really can't
You
speak to
don't
that.
know.
No, I don't. It probably could have happened. It probably could have
I'm
happened
gonna
to another because to me it's not a race of people. There's only one race, and that's the human race.
That's
There,
not true.
there's only and so from your perspective, do you believe in hell?
No, I don't believe in hell. Well, I believe in hell being a condition, but not a special place that you go to when you die, because that's nowhere in the Bible.
Okay. So you want me to accept that God chose his special people, and because they did not serve him in a special way, he's going to allow them to be enslaved by enemies of his people for 400 years to teach them a lesson. That's what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, thank
That's-
you. I
that's-
pass. I pass. I don't want that God. No, thank you.
Well, you don't have to have that God if you don't want it. But
Yeah.
I'm just telling you what the text says.
Okay.
So
I mean, I know what the text says, but I'm going to say the text is allegory, and it's not talking about any specific people. It's talking about your state of mind. And that when you're talking about the number 400, the number 400 has nothing to do with keeping time. It's symbolism.
So losing your name and what you're being called was your state of mind?
I didn't lose my name.
Well, we lost our name.
Who is we? You believe in that. I don't. So I guess for you, that would be true. You lost your name. There's no we. This is not French.
You don't believe in history at all. So you don't believe that there's a race of people that were enslaved and they were called one thing, and now they're being called by the last names of white enslavers? You don't believe that part?
What does it matter if I believe it? You keep asking me, do I believe something? What does that change? You keep saying, do I believe? Do I believe? Why do I, hold on, why do I need to believe this? Why is it required that I believe it?
Because this is part of the conversation. You saying you don't believe X, Y, and Z. I told you there was a certain race of people.
But why? Okay, but I don't believe it. So now what? Where do we go from there? You don't have to keep restating the same thing. You said that about since you came up here, and you keep restating it, but that's not going to change my perspective that I don't agree with the text because I don't take it literal. And so you repeating it oftentimes is not going to now all of a sudden make me accept it as a reality.
I just want you to calm down. You don't have to get all angry. But what I'm saying is,
I'm not angry.
Okay, let me just explain this. So we do know that there's already a story that's going around in America that there's a certain race of people that were enslaved. They were enslaved and treated evil for 400 years in this land. We know that those so-called people also lost the name that they were called and are now having to go by the last name Smith, go to last name Stevens, go to last name
Here's the thing. I'm going to interrupt because, again, you're not saying anything different. You already said that. You're just adding on to the story, but you have yet to say anything different. And I asked you, and what does that mean? How does that change anything? Like, you keep saying it over and over. No, don't interrupt me now. Like, what's going on? Are you going to say something different?
I'm trying to explain to you.
You don't have to try. Just do it. Trying is not doing. So stop trying. Just do it.
You're going to be an asshole the whole damn live. Like, let's talk.
Nope. No, thank you. I don't have to talk to you. Like, it's not. I'm not required to talk to you. I don't need to. It does not have to be a conversation. You're exactly right. Because I mean, I gave you ample enough time to tell me something different instead of keep regurgitating the same thing since you came up. So you couldn't find any other topic of discussion or any line of discussion. So yes, we don't have to have the conversation. Like, I'm not going to lose any sleep because we don't have this conversation. And there's only one race. There's not races. Black, Caucasian, African, those are constructs. Those are made up to divide the people. Everybody bleeds red. Everybody. In order for beings to come onto this plane, it takes the sperm of a male and the egg of a woman. That does not change. I don't care what color your skin is. It does not change how we reproduce on this third dimensional plane. So it ain't no bunch of, it's not no races of people. It's not they're different races of humans. There's only one race. And it's not even a race. We're not even humans. We're having a human experience. We're actually spiritual beings in a meat suit, expressing an avatar. So, not a rib. Yeah, so why you want to come up here? You didn't even ask me about my ideology. You know, just because you curse, and you're calling me angry, but you don't want cursing. You don't want calling names. You don't want can't have a conversation because someone doesn't agree with you, and you want to be redundant and keep reiterating the same line because someone does not agree with you. You didn't come up here and ask me about my ideology. You came up here to talk about your ideology and got mad because I didn't agree with you. Your whole questions were centered around your belief system, not around mine. You weren't coming up here to have a conversation. You were coming up here to try to teach me something. Well, I got news for you, buddy. You can't teach me anything. I'm not your student. I think for myself. So, and stop coming to my live telling me what to do. You can request, can I come up? May I come up? But don't come telling me what to do. Y'all with this add me, get me up here. No, thank you. Keep it moving. Exactly, gloom or doom. No, you repent. You repent. You repent. You're the only one. I mean, what am I repenting for? If I don't repent, then what? What's going to happen if I don't repent? What's going to take place? Nothing. Exactly. What's going to take place if I don't repent? And you were let up, Leo. You didn't know how to act though. You wouldn't come up and put your mic on mute. And we kept hearing all that background noise. I've let you come up like 3 or 4 times, and you're not coming into the box. Now these Hebrew Israelites, they're so angry, and they want to call other people angry because somebody don't want to listen to that foolishness. Because they want to talk about the past. You want to keep talking about the past. Are you enslaved now? Why you keep talking about the past? Y'all want to come over here and try to make somebody agree with your ideology. Coming over here trying to make somebody, accept your belief system. You can't make someone. You sound like the slave masters that you're talking about. I'm going to make you know this. You better get to know this. You better believe what I say. You better take this information. Like what? Y'all, the very thing you fight against is the very thing you've become. Well, I'm talking about the Bible doesn't teach free will, and y'all want to come spread y'all doctrine of enslavement. Y'all want to teach doctrines of devils and demons and Satans. Oh my! Y'all teach the doctrines of devils. Y'all believe in Satans and devils and demons. Oh my! Keep the doctrine of devils to yourself. I'm all about free. Be free. I know, right? How we ever gonna get up if that's how we get down? Oh, love that. Love that, Joshua. Love that. Love that. Joshua says, I'll tell you what. I had a nerve test done to my leg for nerve damage. They had electric needles controlling my leg. I couldn't stop it if I tried. Realized right then that I have a soul, and I am. Yes, yes, yes. No, I do not believe in Jesus. No, no, I do not believe in Jesus. I am Jesus. The Bible is a book about the mind. It's not about any people that existed in time and space. The Bible is a psychological drama. None of those people in that Bible ever existed at any time. Never. Because there was no man born of a woman that was impregnated by a spirit. It just didn't happen. A young girl was not impregnated by a spirit and then had a son that was sinful and going to unalive for the sins of the world. The fact that sin still exists tells you he didn't do an awesome job. If he was coming to take away the sins of the world and sin still exists, he failed miserably. He failed miserably. Right. So if you don't repent and believe in gumbo, then a furry Sasquatch is going to steal your nachos tomorrow. Trust me. Yes, job failed. Jesus, you're fired. Jesus, you are fired. Oh. It's about consciousness, exactly. Oh, I love it. The answer is free will. When in doubt, God works in mysterious ways. God is so mysterious. That's why you can't lean onto your own understanding, because God is just so mysterious. He's a mysterious piece of work, isn't he? Oh, thank you. 350,000 sinners born every day. Ain't that something? Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Won't God do it? He keep bringing sinners into this world every single day. Won't he do it? Oh, the very thing he hates, he keeps around. The very thing they claim what separates you from God is sin, but he keeps sin around. He keeps evil around. Wonder why? If God hates evil so much, how come he hasn't abolished it? According to Christians, babies are shaped in iniquity. Hey, Miss Diane. Hey, Miss Kitty. How are you? The Bible does not teach free will if you think that God is outside of you. You think God is outside of you, is never your will, it's God's will. But those who know who they truly are know that it can only be their will. It's always the will of the I am within you, not outside of you. For I and my Father are one. Now we have freedom of choice. We have the freedom to choose a thing. The will of the day is not according to man. Things happen as a result of what you choose. And then it's just a happening. Now, can you bully people into doing things? Can you use might as right? Can you force people? Of course you can. But then whose will is being done? Who has free will in this scenario? In that scenario, only one person has free will, not the person that's being made to do a thing, right? So that means then free will is only one way. Free will is only for the one that's using the might, the manipulation, the control, the brute strength. Because I'm stronger, bigger, tougher. I have more muscles. Or I'm more, I'm more wittier. I can manipulate. I can use my mind to control. But whose will in this scenario? It definitely isn't the one who is being forced upon, who's being manipulated and controlled. So if you want to say free will exists then, I guess. Because you don't care about the other side. You only care about your side. You don't care if someone is hurt or damaged or unalive because of your choice. You only care about the benefit of you, not how it relates to the other person. So then free will is only one way, kind of like God. God is a one way. If you're doing the will of God, then you're not doing your will. If you're doing the will of an abuser, of a molester, of a pedo, of a graper, then that's the will of that person. Is not your will, it's their will. It is their will, not yours. So then that ain't free. It's still not free though. That's still not free will. That's a will, but it ain't free. That's the part that y'all don't want to talk about. Y'all don't want to talk about the free will. Y'all don't want to talk about the free part. You only want to talk about the will part. You don't want to talk about the free. You want to overlook the free. But that's not free if it costs you something. If there's a penalty, a punishment on the end of that decision, it no longer is free. Because if you're talking about God's will, then it's not your will. It's God's will, which means it's no longer free because it's not your will. It's not you. It's the will of God. Yes, free will comes when you know who the Christed one is and the symbiotic relationship that is. No, not so. You need free will to reject God or to receive him. We have free will. God's way is always better for us. It's not, what you mean better? According to a Christian, that's the only will that matters. What are you talking about? What you mean better? This isn't about good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good gets better and your better gets best. This is about God's way or the highway. God's way or no way. For a Christian, there shouldn't be no other option but the will of God, which means you have no free will because your only desire is to do the will of God. So that in and of itself ceases to make it free. Like, what don't y'all understand? I'm like, what? Like, what is not computing there? It ain't about you, boo. How did Paul say? Let's put it in Paul's words. I got so many scriptures going to show you that you don't have no free will. What did Paul say? But nevertheless, it's not I that live, but Christ that lives in me. Well, Paul said it's not even him living no more. He said he's not even living. It's Christ in him that lives. Oh, 12 a.m. Mary. Well, Paul said that it is for this God who causes you both to will and to do according to his good pleasure. It's not you, boo. You have no free will. And Jesus said it even better. Not thy will, but not my will, but thy will be done. Not my will, but thy will be done. Jesus also said, I don't do it. It's not me that does it. It's the Father that's in me. He does the works. Again, where's free will in this? Jesus is saying, I do nothing of myself. I do nothing. Do you get that? I do nothing. The Father within me is doing the work. It's not you, boo. You're not doing anything. All you're doing is choosing. But you're not willing anything. You have no will of your own. And then what if you don't choose them? And then if you don't choose them, then what? Because if it's a penalty to pay, if it's a cost to pay, it ceases to be free. I don't understand what y'all don't get about free. Because yes, you can say my will, but it's not free. It's not free. You have a will, but it's not free. If you do your own will and it's a consequence to that choice, you go to burn, you go to the eternal inferno, then it ceases to be free. If you have a judgment attached to your choice, it's no longer free. Now you got a will. You can force things, right? We can force things. We can work hard for things. We can manipulate others. We can coerce others. We can use might. We can use power. We can use our finite power to make someone, to subjugate someone else, right? But that free will is one way. It's only the one with the power that would have the free will, not the one without the power. So where's their free will? If you're using your power to strong arm someone else, where is their free will at? If you're bullying and strong arming another person, where's their free will? No such thing as self-defeating. Just because y'all believe in hell doesn't mean other people have to ascribe to it. Y'all think God is going to send you to some god-awful place that, you forget the script that says, if you make your bed in heaven, I'm there. If you make your bed in hell, I'm there. It's nowhere that God is not. I know Christians want to tell you, sin and you're doing your own will separates you from God. You can't be separated from who you are. Impossible. You are God. So there could be no separation. Impossible. When you understand that I am God and your will is the only will there is, then, that no one else has free will in your reality. And if free will is only one way, then that ceases to make it free. Hello. You're back. Welcome back.
Hello.
Back.
Yes, I'm not going to stay long. We had such a great long conversation and exchange. And I'm so sorry. I kept calling you Mrs. Prosperous, and I see your name. Is it Toyia? Is
Yes.
that how you pronounce it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hello, Toyia. Again,
Hello.
My name is Joshua. I don't expect you to remember.
That's okay. How you doing, Joshua?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Talking to you and getting, hearing from the people before me in the chat was the, injection of B12 vitamins I needed.
Nice.
I so appreciated it. And I don't expect you to remember, but we were talking about manifestation and how I realized I wanted to be in a play a couple of years ago. And like 2 months later, I was in another play.
Mm-hmm, I remember.
And so I just found out a friend of mine, one of her leads dropped out. and I wasn't sure about whether or not I wanted to do it. So I was asking about it, and turns out it's a role for a female, which I'm not going to play, but I was able to get another friend of mine. So I just thought
nice.
that was kind of interesting. You know, it came across my TikTok. It's a friend of mine that I don't follow, you know, or a former, you know, somebody I haven't spoken to in the theater world. So I just want to thank her. I thought that was a little interesting manifestation kind of thing.
Yes, 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 it was. Oh, that's beautiful.
All right. Well, bless you, and you take care. I'll see you
Oh,
again.
all right. Thank you for the share. Love it, love
Thanks,
it,
Toyia.
love
I'm going
it.
to go ahead and get some stuff done. All right.
Okay,
Talk to you
okay.
again.
Thank you, Joshua. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Oh, that was beautiful. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Love to hear about manifestations. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Yes, life is a manifestation. That's what the Bible tells you. Great is the mystery, says Paul. God manifested in the flesh, and no one's a Christian. And no one identifies with Christianity. I am the Christ. I am the sound of the living good. Behold, I am the Lord, my God, and beside me there is no other God. I don't believe in external beings over here. I don't believe in secondary powers. There's only one power, and that power is consciousness, is awareness, is the mind, is your thoughts, your ability to think, to trust, to be or not to be. And here's the thing, you cannot be. Not be isn't even a thing. You can only exist. That's it. You can only exist. Existence is all there is. Because you're only aware of now. Now is all there is. Because all you have is now. You don't have any other moment but now. And then it's about what are you going to do with your now. Yes, consciousness. That's it. Yep. So that is so awesome. I feel nearly the same way about consciousness. Yes, consciousness, awareness, universe, whatever you want to call it. A rose by any other name is just as sweet. We have many different words for saying the same thing. And we're all just trying to, not trying. We're all living our best life the best way we know how. Until we know a better way, then we live a better way. Yes. To know the Bible is not a historical text. The Bible is a psychological one. To know no one's coming to save you. You are the answers to your own prayers, to your own problems. You are the answer. You don't have to accept life as it is. You can change it. You don't have to be punished for errors or missteps or mistakes or what some people would like to say sin. Hey, Sunflower, welcome. Cannot destroy energy ever, right? Cannot be created nor destroyed. It just is. It's just transformed. And right, when we transition out of the body, all right? But get your focus to the now, to the beingness of who you are and what that looks like and how you would like to experience this game of life. This life is such a game. Oh my goodness. The veil is being lifted. Like everything that we thought we knew, we know that we knew nothing at all, says Erykah Badu. A man that knows something knows that he knows nothing at all. Could it be hotter in our summertime and colder in our summer and hotter in our fall? If we are made in his image, then call us by our names. Because most intellects do not believe in God, but they fear us just the same. We go on and on, right? She was telling you. What she say? I was breathing underwater. What was it? Was it $3.06? Something about because you did not do your math. I do. Y'all feel that? I gotta go, oh, what a day. What a day, what a day. I have to go learn those lyrics. Yes, they fear us just the same. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. No, no problem. You're good. You're good. No need for apologies. No need. So what do you will for the day? What do you will for the day? The I am, the only power there is. That's the only power in this world is your I am. Because whatever you say, whatever you attach to the I am, that's what you should be. See, the will of the Father is to do, well, the will of the Son is to do the will of the Father. And who is the Father? Luke asked. What did Darth Vader say? Luke, I am your Father. There we go. I am. Who is the Father? I am. And then what those Jedis tell you? Let the force be with you. Those Jedi mind tricks. They was playing with the minds of them Jedi, those Jedis. And you can't let the world try to use Jedi mind tricks against you. The veil is being lifted, right? We're recognizing how much of a game this reality is. How much of a game, right? The things that we thought, like we didn't understand so much about Hollywood and business and celebrity and all of that stuff is being lifted off. The veil is being lifted off of these things, right? I remember watching this TV show with Debbie Allen back in the day, and it was called Fame. And she was telling those students who she taught dance, and she was telling them that you want fame? Well, fame is going to cost you. And the more and more you find out about a lot of these people that are famous, it was a price to pay for a lot of them. A lot of them had to endure a lot of, cost for their fame. What price are you willing to pay? Some people paid a high price for fame. You remember that? Do you remember that, Drew? But when you come to the awareness of the I am, the only cost you'll ever have to pay is attention. That's the only cost you'll ever have to pay is attention. You'll never have to sell your soul for the things you want in this world, which means compromise your morals, your beliefs. You won't choose things in desperation, right? Because you know that your success is not found in something outside of you, it's found within you. And whatever needs to happen, going to happen. And it's going to line up perfectly. And there will be no stress. As the book says, the blessings of the Lord makes you rich and adds no sorrow to you. Well, who is the Lord? The law. And how does the law operate? Belief. See, people can say that belief is not the foundation of this plane, but it most certainly is. Because it's not about a story being true or false. It's about a story being believed. And many people, if you can convince someone of your story, that's all that it takes. And it really just takes you being convinced of your own story, even though it may appear to be a lie. How did Neville Goddard say it? An assumption, though false, if persistent in, hardens into fact. And we know he did not originate that phrase. He got it from somewhere else, because he tells you where he originally heard that phrase from. So he didn't originate it. He just used it as part of his platform as he was teaching the law of mind. That if you can convince yourself of a reality, it becomes your reality. The thing is, you have to be willing to play the role. You got to be willing to play the part, and you can't play it half-baked. You got to lean all the way in. You got to be all or nothing. I was listening to another guy on YouTube that I listened to teach this truth, and he was talking about the guy that played in what's the Wakanda movie? Oh, Black Panther. So what's his name? Michael B. Jordan. When he was playing his role, what was it, Killmonger? What's his name? Killmonger, something like that. He had to go to therapy because he couldn't let go of that character he was playing. He got so caught up in the role, he had to go to therapy so he can let loose of that character he had embodied for that film. A lot of these celebrities, and some of them don't make it back. Some of these celebrities don't make it back when they play these roles. Who was that person that played the Joker? What was his name? Back in the 90s, he played I think he played it, Heath Ledger. I think that's his name, Heath Ledger. He couldn't make it back. Thank you, kid. Yep. Thank you, Lil Toxic. Yep. He didn't come back from that role. And even the last guy that played the Joker, not the old guy, because I don't think he had not the older the one of the first Jokers. The last one, like the last one that played the Joker, because when you watch that movie, that's all mind. Oh my goodness. It's that is a trippy movie. If you can handle that movie, my husband didn't really like it. I liked it because I knew it was all mind. And it showed you that he was kind of like dreaming it in his mind. Like when you get to the end of the movie, you saw it was all in his mind. It shows you right there. The last Joker movie, because Batman isn't in it. I don't know if it's called the Joker. I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was the last movie about the Joker. Yeah, it's trippy because it's all psychological, the stuff that was going on. But when you get to the end, you're going to see this was all happening in his mind. I was like, see, these movies be telling us that all is mind. Everything is in your mind. Everything is in your mind. Everything is all mind. Yep, Marcinda, yep. Can't get out of it. Like they said that. So the guy I was watching, he also said that about Will Smith. Remember when Will Smith smacked well, who was it? Chris Rock? It was Chris Rock, right? And he had played that role, the Serena and Venus Williams father. And that role, the role of the father of King Richard, he was very defensive about his family. And they said that when Will Smith was walking up to the stage, they said Chris was saying, okay, Richard, okay, Richard, okay, Richard. Like he recognized that Will was coming up there to be in defense of his family. He was still attached to that role. See, we try to act like celebrities are above the law. They're not above the law. They just like you and I. They think just like we do. Everybody on this third dimensional plane is operating from the law. They're not exempt from it. They all are, but everybody is what you're thinking about, you're bringing about. Hey, Marcinda. You there? You can unmute.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am amazing. So, real quick, just to touch on what you was just talking about, because I really did forget about this until you were just talking about it. Some time ago, my niece, she be in here sometimes, Dee, she had a friend who did a play about, she loves Nina Simone, and I love Nina Simone. So she started doing, she wrote this play about her and started doing it locally here in the town. It was such an amazing play. My niece one day, like after the play was running for some weeks, it did really well. My niece, we talked one day. She said, "Do you know, such and such, she playing the role?" I'm like, "Right." She said, "Do you know that people are starting to say, her friends and family are starting to say that she's acting like Nina Simone now? Now she can't get out of the role."
See,
I was like, "What?" She was like, "Yeah." They said she talking like she had Nina Simone down to a T, but in real life, she was still acting like she was her, and people around her couldn't believe it. Like. But it just made me think of it when you said it. I'm like, wow, that is so powerful.
It is so powerful. Oh my goodness. Yeah, because I think I've mentioned him before, Minister Jew. He's on Imagination Guru on YouTube, and so he teaches this truth too. And he gives you the science behind it. He always gives you examples of real life situations to back up his teachings. What he's sharing with everyone. And he had brought up the Will Smith thing, and he had brought up the Michael B. Jordan, and then while I'm talking about it, I thought of, oh yeah, the Joker, and and you hear, yeah, it's just like you just never know what, and then that's why you got to be so careful of the different roles you take on, and it shows you that once you embody a state, you're going to express it.
Yeah.
And so it's about what character are you going to identify with, right?
Right.
And so you should be identifying with the nature of the I am, the nature of God, right? The nature of the I am is the creator and speaks things into being, right? Has the authority and dominion over all situations. That's the state we should be embodying in whatever state you say, right? If you say, I'm going to be a lawyer, well, embody that state, become the lawyer, whatever that is. You're a doctor, embody that state, nurse, and whatever you're saying, you're choosing, now be it.
Right.
Like, play the role, learn everything you can. I'm sure the only reason why she became, what's her name, Simone? What's her name?
Nina Simone.
Nina Simone. She studied her, right? Listening to her music, watching any type of interview she did, body movement, getting the tone of her voice, right? And maybe facial expressions. Like, she studied this woman. So people, when she played her, people will believe that she's no longer the person she is. She's now Nina Simone.
Right. Right.
And that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to, that's why I like when Reverend Ike would say, when you decide what you want, now you need to be fascinated by it, which means you need to become obsessed.
Okay.
Obsessed with the state that you want to express. And so when we say people are obsessed with things, sometimes it can come off like it's a little unbalanced, imbalance there, right? So if you see like some of these people that we call great at what they do, like if we talk about a Michael Jordan or Tiger Woods or the Williams girls, right? They ate, drank, and slept, whatever it was. They right? Like there was no other world but that world.
Right.
Right. I mean, I know in the movie with the Williams sisters, he wanted that balance, right? He was saying, okay, no, I want them to still be children. I still want them to go to Disney World and have other activities. But he also made sure that they practice their craft. And he also had them writing in journals too. At least according to the movie.
I can't remember that.
According to the movie. That's a great movie. Y'all need to go watch that movie too.
It's amazing.
That movie, man. When I first saw that movie, I was like, I need to have a sit down with my doggone children. We didn't know, of course, they didn't want to hear nothing. They didn't want to hear nothing I had to say. But I'm just like, can y'all at least watch the movie? Cause
that movie was so good. I forgot about it until you just mentioned it. It was.
Yes. I mean, Yep.
That's good stuff.
It is. Because I mean, it just reminds you, even when you watch the different documentaries, even those from those who were great on either end of the spectrum, right? Greatly evil or greatly good, right? Whatever great you want to say, they gave all their energy to being that, right? Yep. They were tunnel vision, and it wasn't about achieving it in a year or 6 months. They understood this was a life. This is a game of life.
Yeah.
Right? It was about, this is going to take a building. This is going to take a practice. This is going to take a choosing this every day. I'm choosing this.
Right.
And there ain't no days off in being great.
Right.
Right. If that's what you're choosing, right? I'm going to be the best at this. I'm going to be the greatest at this. There are no days off.
Yep.
Even if you're saying that, I'm doing it for a certain amount of time during the day, you're not taking, you can't lay down greatness and say, then I'm going to pick it up again. And I'll put it down for 2 weeks and I'm going to pick it up again. I'll put it down for 6 months and I'll pick it up again. No, that's not how that works.
Right. Yep. That's so true.
So, and then, whatever you want to, I thought that the scripture just came to my mind. Those who thirst and hunger after righteousness shall be filled. Well, what did we learn that righteousness was? Being that what you desire to be. Already being it. So those who hunger and thirst of already being that what they desire to be shall be filled. They shall express the very thing they're saying that they are. Mm-hmm. Beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Man,
that's good.
Thank you. I'm glad you shared that with us because you saw it in real time. You was like, damn, I saw it. Or at least your daughter saw it in real time, right? It was
my
like niece.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, your
niece.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Like, wow, yep. Thank you.
I did forget about it until you said it though, and I'm like, wow.
And
it just shocks me sometimes how it really is astounding. Like, we can really do this. I mean, you can do this.
You can do this. You just gotta like they say, balls to the walls, right? You just gotta go dive, jump off that board and dive deep. Go ahead, dive into the swimming pool, springboard off the top, springboard off the diving board, and just plunge into it, right?
Yes. But I'm gonna go. I'm at work. I'm still listening though.
Oh, okay, all right. Thank you. Okay, same here. Thank you for joining.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Yep, the question is, what do you want? Because you shall have what you say. And you just have to remain faithful to that. Just remain faithful to it because it comes. It happens. This is the will of the Father. What is the will of the Father? The Father, to give you what you want. If you can believe, all things are possible. What is thy will? Thy will be done. The will of God will always be done. And who is God? I am. I am the Lord thy God. And there is no other beside me. Yes, poverty is sin. You missing your mark of abundance. I liked how Dr. Joseph Murphy would say, sin is a dis-ease. That's what Dr. Joseph Murphy called it, a dis-ease. You're not living according to, your true self. Your true self is abundance. That's who you truly are. Dis-ease. Yep. Supposed to be walking in peace, walking in authority, because that's who you are. You're an abundant being. Abundance is all there is. And it's just about acceptance. Just like I was talking to my daughter earlier today, and we were talking about this whole free will concept, right? And we didn't quite see it the same. And then I was like, the reason why I say free will doesn't exist is because whenever you are choosing something, regardless if we make it good or bad, that takes away the free for me. And so I was thinking, like, you know what you can't choose? You can't choose existence. Existence is. And so I thought about, like, we're just supposed to just be. We're not supposed to be choosing. The script says to Matthew 6, what does it say? Why do you worry about what you're going to eat, where you're going to live, what clothes you're going to wear? I know you have need of these things. Just seek ye first the kingdom. And where's the kingdom? Within. And what do you find in the kingdom? Everything you need. Everything you need is already provided for. And so I thought about that cartoon with SpongeBob and Patrick and Squidward. And they get lost on this island. And Squidward is like freaking out. He like, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? We're lost. What we gonna eat? And so they have this little magic thing. So I forgot what contraption they have, and they asked, like what to do, and they were like, the thing kind of, I can't remember verbatim, but something like everything's gonna work out right. And so they're like, hey, we're just gonna chill. We're gonna chill. Right? Nothing. Thank you. Nothing. Do nothing. Nothing. Right? Do nothing. So they're like, we're not gonna do nothing. Then what happens? Everything they needed came out of the sky, right? Some plane, can't hold all the stuff. I think it's whatever's about to happen with the plane. So it releases everything, all of the cargo, and it lands right there in their lap. They didn't have to choose anything. They just had to what? Be still and know. This is what we're most afraid of, right? Being still and knowing. Because we think we have to do something, which is what? Make a choice. We think we have to choose something. But Jesus, the Christ, came around and said, actually, everything you need has already been provided for. Just seek the kingdom. Because in the kingdom, you have everything. There's nothing to do. Just chill. Just chill. And just settle down. That's all you have to do. You're just supposed to chill because everything has already been taken care of. Right? Jesus said the works are finished. There's nothing to do. There's only to be. But we've been conditioned to the doing, right? Like, no, that's not how it works. You got to get out here and grind. You got to get out here and make it happen. You got to get out here and you got to do something. You got to get out here and, see what you can do, how you can help it along. You got to, when the little contraption said, what do we do? Nothing. We are human beings. We are spiritual beings. I like to say we're spiritual beings having a human experience, but we think we're human doings. And human, the mind of colors. Because if we're going to say human means color, man means mind, it's a mind of many colors. Right? What's that song that the colors of the wind? I don't know the words, but y'all know the song, The Colors. We can paint with all the colors of the wind. That's who we are. We are painting with colors. From Pocahontas, the movie, it's Pocahontas, right? Pocahontas sings The Colors of the Wind. Prosperity defined is living in your true abundance, which is being still and know. Just trust. It just all works out as Lil Wayne says. Is that how you say? Is that what he says? It all works out, something like that. His little rap song. It all works out. It all works out. It always works out. All things work together for the good. For those who are called according to his purpose. For all those that love God and are called according to his purpose. Where you're called, and we all are loved of God, and we're all called by God, or we wouldn't be here. This is not for select few. We're all called, but is everybody answering the call? Some people still sleep. They haven't gotten a wake-up call, but we're all called. Many are called, but few are chosen. You can take that psychologically too, right? Many of your thoughts are called. You're having many thoughts. Many thoughts are called, but you should only have a chosen few. That's a little, they have that, that's a house picnic, the chosen few. Be careful which thoughts you're choosing, because many of them come to mind, but only a few are chosen. Only few of them are you consenting to. Hey, A-Town, how it be? How it be? Welcome, welcome, welcome all. Welcome, welcome. The will of the Father is to what? Give you the kingdom. Give it to you. So it's a gift. You don't have to work for it. You don't have to earn your blessing. You don't have to prove worthiness. It's free. It is a gift. But it is by grace that ye are saved, not of works, lest any man should boast. And that's what men boast. The mind boasts. Look at me. Look at me. Look what I've done. Look what I've done. Look how I did that. But if you do nothing like SpongeBob SquarePants, then you can't boast about doing anything, because he didn't do anything, right? They did nothing, and it just fell in their lap, right? They couldn't say, because they had no idea where it even came from. They just know that they were what? Supplied for. They was just like, see? Whoop, there it is. Hey, whoop, there it is. Come on, y'all. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. And that's the level of awareness we're all, wanting to attain and operate from, because we already have it. It's just all about operating from that place, right? Operating from that stillness, from that knowingness that we don't have to do anything. We just be more, do less. Be more. Practice being still. Practice no worrying, no trying to figure it out. Just it's already done. And it will, and it is. Trust it. Just trust it. Trusting you shall see. Yes, identity in Christ, not Adam. Because we all sleep in Adam, but we all what? Awake in Christ. Awake, O thou that sleeps. Arise from the dead, and Christ shall give thee light. It is so done. It is so done. Man, it is so done. Thank you. It is so done. Just got to keep reminding yourself it's done. And that you really accept it's done when you stop trying to think, when you're not thinking about it anymore. You're just going about your day. You're not concerned. You're not worried. You don't have to remind yourself. You don't have to keep telling yourself, right? Because if you have to keep telling yourself this thing, then that means you haven't accepted it. You haven't accepted it as a done deal. Because the moment you accept it as a done deal, you release it. You let go of any thoughts about what's going to happen with it. You're not concerned with it anymore. And that's why sometimes you be like, oh man, I forgot all about this. I forgot I even said this. Oh my goodness, this happened. I forgot all of, Just gotta accept it. Just gotta, just gotta be still. And we tell ourselves these stories, right? We tell ourselves these stories of, well, it's hard though. Or, it's just not easy though. These are the stories we tell ourselves instead of telling ourselves, you know what? It's really not that hard. You know what? This really is easy. Because just like we're saying it's so hard and not so easy, we could say it's actually so easy and this shit ain't hard, right? We could tell that story. We can actually tell the story we want to experience. But we continuously convince ourselves of the difficulty of it. And guess what? You get to have what you say. So if you say it's hard, your world does not look to disprove you. Your world will always confirm you. Always. Will always confirm. You will always get confirmation of what you accept as true. I was seeing some videos by Felicia Rashad, and she would say that she was like, get away from those who tell you that it's hard, that life is supposed to be hard, that this is supposed to be difficult. She was like, you don't want to, that's not something, you want to guard your heart from that mindset, right? Say, guard your heart with all diligence, because out of it flows the issues of life, flows the experiences. Why do you want to make life hard for yourself when it's unnecessary? We have to be like the Wiz. Come on, let's ease on down the road. Don't you carry nothing that might be a load. Come on and ease on down, right? Like you can have an easy road. The world works. That's not how that works. It doesn't work that way. Nothing in life is free. Nothing in life is free. You can't, that's not, no. You can't, that's not how it works. You have to work for it. You have to grind for it. You have to prove worthiness for it, right? And like when somebody finally attains their desires, what do people say? Oh, you deserve it. You deserve it. Yeah, I'm so happy they did it. Yeah, you deserve it. Especially if they have a zero to hero story, right? If somebody has this, and I think that's why a lot of people tell these stories, because the world does not like to identify with ease. The world has been conditioned to accept that if you're a Nepo baby or a trust fund baby, right? You kind of look there kind of side eye like, you had a real easy life, so you don't really know the hard knock life. I don't know if I can really accept anything you got to say, because you ain't really been through anything. Your parents set you up. They gave you, they put everything on a silver platter for you. I don't want to take any advice for somebody that has never lived a hard knock life, who's never been through the dirt and the mud. You didn't get it out of the dirt. You didn't get it out of the mud. As if that's something to glorify. We glorify getting it out of the dirt and the mud. And then at the same time saying we want our children to not have to suffer like us. So which one is it? Do you want them to have the easy life, or do you want to have them to get it out of the dirt and out of the mud and the struggle for it? Like, which one do you want? Pick a side. And I get it. A lot of times our minds, because maybe we haven't seen it, we've only seen it on TV, maybe not personally acquainted with it. I'm not saying all of us, some of us, right? Because we know some people have been around money, have seen, how money flows and works in other people's lives, and still trying to conceptualize that in your own mind, right? Trying to how do I get my mind to filter in the ease of money and the flow of money in my experience, doing minimal effort, like the effortless way. Not that you don't end up doing anything, but remember, the doing is is the effect, is not the cause, right? And understand that your doing is being. So how do you conquer double-mindedness? You have to talk to yourself. Do you talk to yourself? Hello, welcome.
Your mod allowed me to come up here, so I guess you want me to come speak.
Oh, hello, welcome. How are you?
I am wonderful. I just wanted to know, because like I be having a battle with myself too. Like I say certain things, but I know it's not true, and but I want to stay in that one. I want to stay in that one decision that I made instead of like keep going back and forth. So I'm just trying to figure out, how do you stay there?
You have to talk to yourself. Do you talk to yourself?
Every day, all the.
But how do you talk to yourself?
Um.
Like, do you change to, like, say that you're having the opposite thought? What do you say? What do you say?
Okay,
What do
I
you
would
do?
say I would. Okay, it depends. Sometimes I won't say nothing. I would just observe it and just take in mind, like it's not even true, or I'll just say it's not true, or I'll say the opposite. It just truly depends on that time and frame. But
then that's all you can
sometimes
do.
I reframe it, or sometimes I just look at it from like awareness and just let it go, because it's just a thought anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but your thoughts are creative though. They're not just a
Right.
thought. Your thought is the power. So, right? Yep. So when it comes to thoughts that are in opposition of your desire, yes, you do want to transmute it. You do want to transform it. Right? Because you don't want it to enter into the heart of the matter. So you don't want it to become a part of you.
Okay. So when you transmute it, how does that look like? Is it saying that it's not true, then saying the opposite?
Well, you don't have to deny it. I mean, you can. That's not wrong. But the moment that you decide it's something else, that's you automatically denying it, right?
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, you could say, yeah, I don't think that way anymore. Yeah, you could say that.
Okay, right. That's something I'll do like that. That's not even me no more. Like that's something that I've been saying recently. That's not even me no more. Like, so, and then I move on it. So I try not to to dwell on it, because where you focus on, like,
Right.
expands.
That's
So
what I
don't
would say.
really try to
Change it. That's what I would say. Change the thought. So then you're focusing on the thought that you want, not on the one you don't want.
Okay. And then eventually, you stay on you get to that one-mindedness, because
You're gonna train yourself to let it go.
Okay.
It's like you're planting you're planting roses in a garden, right? You're gonna drop the seed in the dirt, right? And then you're gonna water it. Is it necessary for you to water it if you don't trust that the rain gonna come and do its job, right? Because one thing you can't do, you can't make the sun shine. So you're gonna have to leave that up to, you're gonna, you can say, yes, that my flower is gonna get all the nutrients it needs. The seed is gonna get all the nutrients it needs to bring forth a beautiful rose bush, right?
Okay.
So you're already deciding that that's a done deal. And so you let the rain, the water, the sun, let it do what it's going to do. But you're not going to be at work all day. I wonder, is that rose bush growing? Is that rose bush growing? I wonder what's happening with that rose bush. Let me go home and give me a hoe and let me dig it up and see. You're not going to do that, right?
Right.
Same thing with your desire.
Because that's defeating the purpose. So, I mean, because I'm trying to watch what I say, because at the end of the day, what you're saying literally creates your reality. And it's like some things I feel like it's a little bit more challenging than others too.
Well, you get to have what you say.
Exactly. So that's why I didn't want to say that, because I'm like, I don't know, because that's just me saying that, and I know I'm the one that's in control of that experience.
So that's when you would say, actually, things are less challenging than I thought.
Okay.
You can actually say that. Oh, this is much more easy than I ever made it out to be. Oh, this is so effortless. This is more effortless than I ever thought.
Right. It's so funny you saying that, because right before I even came on TikTok, I was having that thought in my mind about the work that I do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have done a similar work like that in the past, and it was quote unquote harder. But I was thinking, like, like I literally have the power to make it easier this time because I already know how to go about it, and who is creating these experiences in the first place is me. So it shouldn't be challenging, you know. So that's funny you say that. Like I'm definitely gonna use that more often for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
Just keep telling yourself it gets easier. It gets easier. It gets easier.
Yeah, it gets easier.
Yep.
It gets easier. Okay. You know another thing I realized too, because I don't know this for everybody, but like when I want something, I would I when I want something, it's easier to get it when I just don't care to want it anymore. I know that's kind of defeats the purpose, right? Like
no, you're just releasing it. Right.
Okay.
I get what the wanting, which means you're not coming from a place of not having.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is, right? You're saying that I don't want it anymore, but you're really coming from a place of not that it's not that you don't have it. And so that's what you want when you want to move from wanting to having. And so when you move from that having state, you no longer want it. Why? Because you already have it. How are you going to want something you already possess?
All right. That's the mindset that I come from most of the time. It's like if I'm wanting something, just like I don't have it, but I'm already fulfilled because I am whole. If I'm whole, then how could I want for anything?
Yep.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to stay in that mindset, but you know, it kind of it's easy. See, that's what I'm saying. I just be like, I don't know. I'm gonna get it though.
Yeah, you got it.
You got it. Doing better, you know, when it comes to my mindset and catching the things that I say. I feel like I was on your live the other day, and y'all was talking about how Christians put themselves in like a box that's like not there, and I felt like that. Like I literally said it to myself the other day. I was like, I really feel like I'm just putting myself in a cage that's not even there. Like it's not there. It's like an invisible, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just trying to snap out of it. It's like, yeah. I want to describe it, but and me describing it is kind of like child. Okay, here I'm about to say it again. It's challenging, but it's really not. It's simple. It's literally simple. You know, I don't know. I'm just end it right there though.
Yep. So you don't even want to talk yourself up on the ledge again. You're like, I'm gonna end up talking myself right back up on this ledge. I'm not really talking myself down. I'm gonna stay down off the ledge. Stay down off the ledge.
That's why I asked, how do you conquer double-mindedness? Because that's literally what I experience every day. Like, it's like I know I'm whole. I know I'm fulfilled. I know I have everything I need. So why do I, when I feel a certain way, why do I let it take me further? You know?
It's awareness. It's awareness too. Yeah. Sometimes being aware of the road that you're traveling will allow you to interrupt it and go a different way. But if you're not aware of it, and then by the time you become aware, you've already reached the destination. Now you just have to do what? Revise it. Don't judge it. Don't say, oh my goodness, I can't believe that I thought those thoughts. Or I can't believe. No. We're not going to judge it. We're just going to change it. And that's what works quicker for me. When I recognize that I may have entertained a thought that's in opposition to something I'm saying, well, I'm now this, but then I start thinking something in opposition to it. When I recognize I did it, I just revise it. There's no reason to judge it. For what? You did it. It's okay. Because I created it, I can recreate it.
Right. And revising to you, what does that look like?
Say I didn't say it. Say I didn't even have the thought. Oh no, actually I was thinking this. Yeah, I was thinking it. I was thinking it's already done. I was thinking, yes, how amazing it is. Yes, this is actually the thoughts I had. I had these thoughts.
Okay. So, okay. All right. So, because, you know, I just wanted to see how from your perspective, what that looks like. I definitely do that. Again, I almost said something, but I'm like, no, let's not do that.
You just have fun with it. Don't take it too serious,
Yeah.
right? Right.
Yeah.
As they say, it's not the end of the world, but it is kind of the end of the old world because you are
Right.
creating
As
a
we
new
know it.
world.
Hmm.
And because it's the end of the old world, we're not going to resurrect it.
Right. Right. I
That
want to bring
world
it
is
back to
that
life.
is
Like,
dead, and I've been traveling down this road too long.
yep.
Yep.
Digging up that old man.
Yep.
I want
Yep.
to dig
Yeah.
him
It's
up. Let him
yep.
rest.
Yep. Got to be dead and gone. Just let it be dead and gone. Leave it alone.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
You're very welcome.
All right. I'm gonna drop down now.
Okay. Thanks for joining.
Of course.
Hello, Uncle Dave. How are you? After you, I'll be hitting the road, Jack. Are you
Okay.
there?
Well, yeah, you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Well, like I said, the first time it came on, I'm observing, I'm listening. Now I kind of understand what's going on, and all I can say is, well, it's whoever listen and take in what they hear, they could either accept it and apply it to their existence, to their life, or they could reject it and continue to live the same. So all I can say about this is it's a person got to want to be awakened. That's all I can say about that. They gotta want to have change or want change.
Yeah.
They gotta want to know the truth. And the truth is presenting itself to us every day, but sometimes we don't see it or we just too sleep to even acknowledge it because of a lot of distraction. I think a lot of distractions, definitely would get us, distracted.
Yeah.
That was some time ago. I had a dream, and I just seen it was a lot of things going on in the dream, but it was like a lot of distractions. I had my like a big TV playing. It was like this, a lot of different, like my iPad, my phone. It was like I guess whatever was trying to show me that I was being distracted.
Okay.
And I think a lot of things that we can't even hear our inner thoughts or our inner mind because we be distracted or we don't take time to sit and to be still because of distraction sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But for those that are hearing and that understand what you're talking about, all the ones that actually are speaking the same stuff, they would actually understand that there is a voice is in this world and he's speaking and it is awakening.
Yes.
It is the I am. It is the I am. And so I just want to just agree with that everything that we do is I am.
Yes.
Everything we do is be attracting the law of attraction. You could believe it all because it's true.
Yes.
We are I am.
It's pretty.
And I used to always say this as a little kid, I am this, I am that, I am this, I am that. And then every time I used to say those things, I start playing out those roles because I was believing those things in my mind. Or I'm sick, or I'm broke, or you know how we used to say it, these things. And it began to come, and I didn't know that was what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm grateful to be in these circles to understand that what it was. I was reflecting these things, or I was calling these things be not as though they were. And I didn't even know that I was.
Mm-hmm. Love that. Yep.
I didn't even know that I was doing that.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful.
Me too. I always say I didn't know I was asleep until I woke up.
Yeah. Eat the fish. I am taking what I need. I may not agree with everything, and we could agree to disagree.
Mm-hmm.
But the things that I do agree with, I'm going to take it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to just write it all out. Like they say, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's something in there. There's some truths in there. There's something in there.
Yep.
And if you would listen and stop being, skeptical or judgmental, you will actually find out that some of the things that are being said in these circles is true.
Mm-hmm.
And you can actually use it and apply it to your life.
Absolutely.
So that's all I want to say about that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I said the same thing. I was like, I threw the baby away, which was religion and spirituality, and I kept the baby, which is the book that I am, that I am, that I am, that I am. And that's all that I am, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's nothing wrong with the Bible.
Okay,
The
no,
Bible is just misunderstood. It's misinterpreted.
and that's what, yeah, because I used to be a preacher too. So yeah, I used to always do this, and I ain't never understand why I did this. I never really, I'll be honest, I wouldn't study, but I would go on a platform and I would not speak, but I would speak from my own understanding, or I would speak from my own, how you say it, like perspective of
Okay.
what it was talking about or stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I used to do this a lot. I'm like, so people say I was supposed to be this or I'm supposed to be that, and I didn't really like doing it. I didn't really like doing what they told me I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
I accepted it at one point, and then I did got ordained, all this stuff. But and when I came to terms with it, I'm like, I was doing all this for the person that I love, pretty much, which was my mother, because she was starting a church in her house. So I didn't really do it because it was something I wanted to do. I wanted to be a businessman. I wanted to, adventure and do different other things, But I got lost in the sauce because of the love that I had towards my mother, and my parents.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I was not doing the things that I wanted to do. I was doing what was projected onto me to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, ain't a person that actually is going to be a scholar or a preacher. They love studying. They love searching up the words. They love finding words. They love doing that stuff to the point it's not work to them.
Right. Yep. I say the same thing. Yep.
It was like a task. It was like hard for me to study and focus and all this other stuff. I'm like, is this something I really wanted to do, or is this something that I just wanted to do to please somebody or to make somebody happy? And I think that what it was. I think, like when I was on the drums in church, I did that so effortless. Like you could get me on the drums, and then it should be like I've been doing this for years.
Okay.
Like it's something I was good at, something that I love to do. But then I guess people see other things in you, and they start to speak like their I am over you, and then you start to believe what they say, and you start to function like them. Like, what's going on here? So that's why it's good to be still and actually hear that inner voice within, and get to know yourself. And when I got to know myself, and when I came to terms with myself, I'm like, man, I have so many capabilities. That's when I started to learn how to do other crafting things and do other, things I never knew I could do.
Yeah, that's
and
beautiful.
That only came through when I set myself and got still to be able to see who I was. Because I would say I can't be a preacher because I'm not condemning. I'm not a condemning person. I'm not. You know how some preachers have to talk about the subject or controversial subject, and they got to be and they just read on. I'm not that person. It feel like I'm taking up for that person almost.
Okay.
So I'm like, I can't be a preacher or a pastor, but I accepted it at the time because I thought that way I belonged.
Right.
Like you say, church and religion could do that to you, because you make, that's what the only thing. I thought if I do these things, I was going to be something, and I wanted to be something in life. So I feel that was the easiest thing in religion because they give you opportunity to be something, and I thought, okay, well, I'm gonna just be this because. A pastor, they make money, they travel, different things. But I found out it was not the case. It was not the case.
Yeah, that's good. You're able to follow your heart. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Because yeah, church religion does try to pigeonhole you because they want free work, or they want to increase the bag, chase the bag, get that, like you said, travel, tell people, condemn folks in order to get them
Yeah,
to be
even that.
obedient, to get them to be
Yeah, even
obedient and
that.
to give
I'm
more
like, I didn't
money.
like it, none of it. Like, I didn't like it when I had to go out and they said you had to go out and witness. I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying Jesus love you. That's all I'm saying. I'm like, I don't even know how to even talk to these people, and I don't like talking to perfect strangers and like being on that path to where you actually like trying to persuade a person to come on this side. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that was never for me.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do it. I
Yeah.
couldn't do
Yeah.
it. I didn't know how people did it, but they did it. But because that probably
Cause
was a
they is
part of
like,
it.
oh, this way to the money. I'm
Yeah, they
getting
knew
to the
how to.
bag. I'm getting to the
They knew
bag.
how to persuade people. They knew how to tell people,
Yeah.
and they would
And
agree
then
how
I
they
also
judged them.
think, even though they're condemning you, they're not judging their actions, right?
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
not saying what they're doing is wrong. They're just there to tell you what you're doing is wrong.
yeah,
So they were like, well, no, being a pastor and a preacher is to look for the wrongness in others, not so
hmm
much in the wrongness in
and
oneself, right?
that's true.
Because they're like, well, I'm saved, so I'm good. I'm out here to try to convert. I'm trying to get
Yeah,
converts. I'm
that's how
about
I
getting
used to.
converts, not about true transformation of me, because I'm good. I'm
Uh
saved by the
huh.
blood.
Yeah.
So I can go out here and preach this gospel, preach this good news,
Uh
and
huh.
people start seeing that money too. Like, money, it answers a lot of things. What it say? Money answers all things, says that script. So I can't even
If I
really be
would,
mad at them because unfortunately, a lot of the people, they want to be led. You come to
yeah.
realize a lot of people that they want to be led, and some people give them
Yeah.
exactly what they want. You want to be led? Oh, I'm gonna lead you, boo. Come on here, come on and follow me. You want to follow the leader? I got you. You gonna follow
hmm
this leader?
Yeah. Yeah. So I encourage everybody that's out there to be yourself and to follow your own path. Don't allow somebody to speak over your life and say what they see. You got to
Mm-hmm.
see the thing with what it is you're supposed to be doing in the world. Because people could tell you things and you could believe it and you accept it. And then it could be something that you really don't want to do down the line. And
Mm-hmm.
right now, I'm preaching is not something I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do it,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm like, most times when I did preach, I was more condemning people's and talking about how people dress, and it was
It's all performative, right? Let me
yeah, it
let
was
me make
like
them feel
performance.
bad. Let me get because it and
Yeah,
yeah, because you recognize that church is based on all emotions. People don't recognize it because when you in it, you can't see the forest for the trees. But yes, they're trying to get to the heart of the matter, and so if they can make you feel ashamed and guilty and feel all
yeah,
emotional, then they know that it's a
yeah.
programming, right? It's like, let's go in with the ultra high, then I'm gonna bring you all the way low, then I'm gonna bring you up back up again, so I can get you to give more. So they're kind of, because when you're
Uh-huh.
in that state, you're not thinking, right? The
That's
last
true.
thing they want you to do is to think. They want you to be emotional and to feel this
Mm-hmm.
guilt and shame, and then make a choice from that place. Make a choice from condemnation. Because when you make a choice from desperation, shame, and guilt, you usually don't make good decisions. Like, a good decision, the last thing you're trying to do something to make you feel better, right? To get rid of the shame, to get rid of the guilt. And if you think that, man, maybe if I could just give as much as I can monetarily, maybe that'll soothe some of the pains, take some of the hurt away, help me just to live another day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wish I do wish that more churches would just, because I think that if they told people the truth, I think they would still get a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That's
think if
true.
they told people the truth that, yeah, you are here to be blessed. You are here to, your mind is the power. Just make a choice. You just, you're an amazing being. You're a powerful being. You can do whatever with your mind. Like, if they would just tell people that and tell them, that God has already given you everything. everything you need. You have the intelligence, you have the authority, you have the dominion. The works are finished, right? If they led with that, people still, it was plenty of churches that teach that message and are still prospering.
Yeah, I know one of them, but I ain't gonna name no names.
Oh, okay. See, so you know one of those. Okay, yeah. See, yeah. If you empower people, that's just as lucrative than condemning people. You can empower folks too. I mean, look at our self-help, the self-help and the, the so-called gurus and coaches and, these motivational speakers, right? What are motivational speakers doing? They're not condemning for the most part. Well, I wouldn't think they're condemning. I would think they're trying to encourage you, right? Tell you where you may be missing the mark, how you. People go to these conferences and pay, to hear spiritual coaches or business coaches or whoever, whatever kind of coach, right? They spend good money to go listen to somebody encourage them in life. That's all a motivational speaker is.
Like Yolanda, I love her how she do things. Her ministry, Yolanda.
Van Zant.
Like this my life. Yeah, Yolanda, she fits my life.
Yeah, Yana Van Zant. Yeah.
I love, and she not religious. She'll tell you that. I love how she do things, but she do minister though. But she really good. She's really good. How she helped those peoples and stuff. My goodness.
Yep.
And she speaks from a place of love and truth.
Yep. So yeah, everybody has their place in the world. You just got to make a decision and go ahead and travel the road, because it's the road is success. The thing is, the only reason why it will be unsuccessful is because you're deciding that it is. So just stop doing that. Stop that. Stop thinking that life is supposed to be a chore. Like you said, it's not. It's supposed to be effortless, right? But it's effortless when you're doing the thing that you were called. It's in your heart to do, that you're passionate about, right? Yeah. You will do that effortless, and you will spend hours doing it. Which to the outside, it's like, oh my goodness, I can believe you just can talk about this, or you're doing this 10, 12 hours. You do this every day. Oh my, that couldn't be me. That just. To you, it looks like work. To the one that's actually doing it, who loves it, who is passionate about it, it's effortless.
Effortless. So true.
It's gonna be effortless.
So true. That is true.
So that's how you know you are in your true place. You're in your true place because the thing you're doing is effortless for you.
Like drums, that was effortless. People that sing, they do it effortless. They always sing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of that good stuff.
And those that love preaching, they do that effortlessly.
Yeah, cooking.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, Mom, why you don't just start a business, sell plates? And she just cooking up something, because some people got that gift. But you don't do nothing with it, and nothing comes from it,
Yep. Like Anton says, so what is it that you do effortlessly is the question.
Yeah.
Like you said, you have to get still.
Yeah.
You gotta go within. You gotta spend some time, not doing it because mama said so or daddy said so. Yeah. Like you said, mama said go preach, and I went no preaching. I was unfulfilled. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? This so much work. I don't really like doing it, but I know I gotta do it because this is part of preaching, and I gotta go up here and talk about folks, how they dress, and I don't really read.
I never studied. I never really studied.
Okay.
I know we're supposed to study, but every time I studied, it made me feel like I was doing a lot of hard work. Not effortless. It was something that I feel that if I didn't do it, I was going to somehow be, something was going to be done, I don't know, in the church. I was going to be talked about or preached against. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel that. Yeah, but I'm glad you're in your true place now.
Yes.
And some of us are late bloomers, as they say. But there's no such thing as a late bloomer. But some of us did have different journeys to go through, right? And so the last thing you want to do is be like, I can't believe I'm this age, or I wish I would have known this in my 20s, I was in my 30s. But if you would have, you wouldn't have been ready to receive it because you had a whole different mind.
That's true.
Right? Like, even if you were told this in your 20s and 30s, you've been like, No, that don't sound right. I don't know about all that.
Take
That's a little bit too
right.
far fetched. That's a little bit too far fetched. I'm gonna stick with this over here. You would have rejected it.
You would have
You,
rejected it.
yeah. So you know you are where you are, and that's
I would
okay.
reject all of it.
Yes, yes. So you are where you are. Is that's okay? You know, and all you can do is start from today.
Yes.
You can only start from today. And you go, and like you said, go within, sit with yourself, do what brings you joy. You bring me joy when I'm down. Yeah,
Like
so
I crochet and make things.
oh, do you? I know a few people that do that. I know a few people that crochet.
It make me feel good when I'm doing it.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, it's a lady I graduated high school with. She started crocheting last year, and she makes all kind of stuff now, purses and bags and hats, and she's doing all kind of stuff. I'm like, wow, like she really took to it. She like now she teaches classes. Do you teach classes?
No, I don't teach classes now.
Oh, okay, that may be something. Go to local library park district or something. They have like our local library. You can schedule rooms and you can have it for like an hour or two, a couple. I think you can do like as much as 4 hour blocks for free once a month.
That's cool.
Yeah, but I mean I'm not going to because at one time I was going there to share this information, but then I just stopped doing it. I said, you know what? The internet is I could just share this information on these social media platforms.
I have taught some things through video on here on TikTok.
Okay.
And I've got a lot of views and different things like that.
Oh, okay, nice.
On the video.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Well, thank you for joining, for sharing. Gonna go ahead and get on off of here. I said I was only gonna come on here for a couple of hours. I ain't gonna, do no long stint like I normally do. But yeah, definitely enjoyed everyone. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for the follows and the gifts and the subs and the likes and the shares and all of those good things. Thank you. Just be still. Trust the process. There's nothing to do. Find your passion. Lean on into it, all or nothing. It has to be this and nothing else. Go all the way in, jump off that springboard into the deep part of the pool. Go deep within. Because you got to go deep in order to go high, right? When we build skyscrapers, what has to happen first? They got to dig deep. You got to dig deep. Got to go real deep before you can go up, before you can go high, right?
Right.
Because you got to have that short foundation. You got to make sure that foundation is secure and able to handle the heights that you're going to endure and experience. Oh, you're welcome, Marcella. You're welcome, Melody. You're welcome. Much love. Yeah, so
I believe the universe has prepared me for this. Or God has prepared me for this. Because I was learning about the law of attraction at first. That was the first thing I had learned about. And then
me too.
Later on, I learned about consciousness. And the person that was teaching was a former he was a bishop, but they kicked him out the church. Pearson.
Yeah, okay, Carlton Pearson. Okay, yeah, okay, I know him.
The conscious mind and the consciousness, and I learned from him. So now it's coming back around again. So I guess he's trying to show me like, okay, yes, what she was, hearing. Other people I was talking about it too. So yeah, it was preparing me for it anyway. So I'm just listening. I'm just observing, and that's what I do: observe and listen. I'm not going to speak what I don't know, and I'm not going to say something out the way.
Beautiful. Yep, I started with law of attraction too, and then I came to consciousness through Neville Goddard. He started.
Worked. The law of attraction worked for real, because I'm gonna tell you this one testimony. We were supposed to have gone to Minneapolis, and I have I ain't have much money at all. Like, I think I probably had, because I had to sell my little bracelets that I make and stuff like that. So the little money I did have, I would just save it. So I was in this program called, it was a insurance program, and they was, we was a friend of mine, took me along with her, and we went to the office, and I learned some things about money and how money work and everything like that. And they was going to a trip because they usually go to a trip every year. So they was going to the trip to Indianapolis, and they needed $300. And I'm like, I don't have $300. But then one day, I was saying, the law of attraction, I'm gonna use this. So I started picturing myself and imagining myself there already, and I kept doing it. I kept doing it. I kept doing it. I kept seeing myself in, at Indianapolis. I see myself, and I just let it go. And then things started just work and just started just come. Like, things started just working its way, in its timing and its fashion. So one of the girls that brought me in, she was like, "Dave, you want to go on that trip?" I'm like, "Yeah." So you want to put some money down on butts? And I had whatever I had, and I just put a couple of dollars down on the butts. And I said, "Well," she said, "You do it by faith." I said, "Yeah, okay." And I did that, and then like almost at the last, I think it was that week, he gave me the one of the RVPs of the office, because he made a lot of money in that company. He made a lot of money in that company. He was teaching us how money worked and how we could do the same thing. And he ended up calling me on my phone, and I had like a cheap phone. I didn't even have a phone that I really paid a bill, but it was like a cheap phone and pretty much a government phone. And he called me. He like, "Do you want to go? All you need to do is come up with $100." I'm like, "Huh? Okay." Remember, I ain't have no money at all. So I got on the phone with my neighbor, and I said, let's pray about it. And she prayed with me and whatnot. And we did it again. Like on the last day, I washed all my clothes. I started to pack up all my clothes, meaning I didn't know how this was gonna work.
Right.
I started packing up my clothes, and my neighbor said, "You know what? Do you want to go with me?" Oh no, the lady that brought me in, her daughter, she said, you come up the money, you just ask your friends, ask your family, to help you, so you can borrow the money. So I called my friend at the time, David Brett, God bless her there. That was my best friend. And he like, "Oh, I don't have it." And I called my uncle. He made a joke. Out of it. He made pretty much, they didn't help me. So I'm like, my neighbor like, "Well, what I'll do, I'll take you around, and we'll see what we could do." So I went around to different plasmas, salons, barbershops, everywhere I could find in that plasma. We was just talking about the bracelets that I make and stuff like that. And people were just donating money to me, giving me money. Before that, we went to this house. This guy come out. It seemed like he was holding something. I'm like, I don't know what this guy. He had dreadlocks. He like, I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you, going on that trip. And the lady that my next door neighbor was, she was right there. She said, I felt chills go through my body. And he was holding something. I'm like, what he holding? And I kind of got like I was wondering what he was holding. But he ended up buying my bracelets, giving me the money, and we went into the plaza and we started selling, not really selling, but telling people about the bracelets and the things that I make. People started to donate. We went into this shop. This guy came out. He was doing hair without. He ended up helping me sell my bracelet. This other lady was helping me sell my bracelet. Then he went to this other shop where he was doing nails and stuff. People started just donating money to me. At the end of the day, I raised over what I needed to raise. I raised like 100, and it was like 140, probably more than that.
Nice. All right.
Money down, and this was because of law of attraction. And I was able to buy my shirt, and I had money to buy to spend on the trip.
Beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful.
All in one day.
Say all in one day. Say all in one day.
I didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah. We never know the how. Never know the how.
Talking about faith, that was faith.
Yes. Because you're like, I would never thought to do any of that, you know.
Yeah, when that man said you go on that trip, for real, I went on that trip.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Also, that's a good way to end the show. Beautiful manifestation. Yeah. Manifestation. Yeah. Thank you. That's beautiful. Love it. Yep. Manifestation is real. We manifest all the time, you know. We just think, you know, sometimes we let circumstances dictate. Well, we can't let circumstances dictate. Just like I said, just keep the faith. Don't give up on yourself. Trust in the I am. Trust in the unseen. Right? Because that's where the power is, right? You don't always see what's going on behind the scenes, right? Like we said, we don't see how seeds take root in the ground and then spring forth up out of the earth. We don't see a baby developing, right? We know that it, you know, back in the day when they used to develop, you know, some people still develop pictures, right? It has to be in the dark. The lights cannot be on while you're developing film, right? It has to be completely dark so you can, so those pictures that you took on that film can come into view. So trust the process, but, you know, believe in the unseen, because what's unseen will be seen. For God, who causes those things that be not what as though they are. Yeah, so that's it. Yes. So, all right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you for joining once again. And you have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.